While reading through the original book trilogy, specifically The Silver Eyes, for another video, a theory popped into my head about Henry's murder robot and how it could connect back to Henry's shattered psyche. During the trilogy, we learn much about this mysterious endoskeleton, with it being described as vaguely human-shaped in nature, with its face being crudely formed, having a weeping expression. It holds a knife in one of its hands, with this knife being as large as a sword. We learn that at some point before the events of the Silver Eyes, Henry created the endoskeleton to kill him, with this being a very odd and specific way to do so, and the robot would eventually remain within Aunt Jen's house before it would be used by Charlie to stab both herself and baby during the closing moments of the fourth closet. During the fourth closet, we see just how far Henry's downward spiral truly went after Charlotte's kidnapping and death, with the man having prolonged exposure to the effects of the illusion discs. With the discs indeed making him see his daughter again, albeit at the cost of slowly breaking his mind, and making him stray further and further from reality, something that Aunt Jen tries and fails to point out to him. During his letter to Jen that Charlie later reads, Henry admits to the horrifying ramifications the illusion discs have had on his mind, as well as noting the horrible things that Afton had done with this technology. Lastly, during Chapter 12 of The Silver Eyes, while exploring through the police files and evidence of the missing children's incident, Clay remembers Henry's interrogation after the tragic murders, with the man being visibly shaken and barely able to answer questions, with many believing he was lying and was indeed the culprit behind the crime. Clay, however, would focus on William, with the police ultimately finding the man's raving journals with his home and noting his absence during the time of the kids going missing in the pizzeria. Despite these occurrences, Afton would never be convicted of the murders, and he would shortly leave town after the investigation. Henry's dodgy and shaky nature in the interview could have been the man's first inklings of suspicion and doubt towards his business partner, with Afton's sudden departure from Hurricane only fueling the suspicion. With all of these details in mind, including the humanoid shape of the endoskeleton, my theory is that before becoming the murderous robot we see in The Silver Eyes, Henry, in his illusion disc-fueled delusion, would originally create the endoskeleton as a crude representation of his old friend William, with the discs making him see the endo as Afton, even though it was nothing more than a faceless machine. This was likely birthed out of what little of Henry's mind believed his friend was innocent of the missing children's incident, and still the jovial man that he remembered. This delusion, however, would truly shatter after Henry had discovered the extent of Afton's misdeeds and the existence of the twisted animatronics, with Henry finally realizing both his own madness and Afton's true evil. After being awakened from his insanity, Henry would repurpose his crude endoskeleton to kill him, with the man possibly giving the endo a knife to mirror how he believed Afton killed the children at Freddy's, with Henry believing he needed to be punished and killed in the same way as the kids, as atonement for not stopping his demented partner sooner.